Aloha everyone and welcome to Moon Day Mondays. I am Kahu Oni Luv.
And I'm Asha Love. Hello.
We talk about everything and anything that symbolizes the moon, whether it's affirmation, intuition, or anything under the divine feminine subject. So we just like to honor the moon and honor the thoughts for that sense. But yeah. So today our topic, we talked about our topic and we did go through some few topics. So we decided to kind of stick on Mercury Retrograde, and especially since we're in Mercury Retrograde.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And how we can get through it, especially when we're dealing with this year's October Mercury Retrograde, because it's in Scorpio, and the month has 2 full moons. And Mercury Retrograde is, of course, during the Halloweenish time, where certain energies is a lot more sensitive than others. So, what do you do when you're preparing for Mercury Retrograde?
Well, I have to remember that we're coming into Mercury Retrograde, either by what's going on, or. But I know in the beginning it was. I didn't really understand the whole Mercury retrograde thing. But looking back on it, it was like, oh. So now I kind of, before it starts, I really try to meditate a lot more, kind of not get into the rush thoughts or the panic modes, or just remember, don't take things personally when people speak to you, especially during this time.
Yeah.
Your electronics, you have to remember, they might not work as well. So don't go all nuts and think you need a new phone.
Why, Asha? Is that from experience?
That is from experience.
Oh, Mercury Retrograde. Yeah, I'm the same way. Like, when it starts to come, I start preparing by meditating more, doing more of my spiritual practice than I would normally, just so I can feel more grounded.
Yes.
You know, and not so my energy is not all over the place.
Yeah.
Because that's what you really need, especially those that are not born with Mercury in their corner. The rest of us, we got to deal with the craziness when it comes. Yeah. So being, grounded as much as possible.
Yeah,
really helps. Helps. And also remembering to kind of understand that communication will be all over the place, and that instead of like reacting, kind of stop yourself from reacting and then step back, like take a pause before, like
you respond
to anything basically.
Yes.
So, I mean, that's it can get kind of crazy.
So when is it supposed to be ending?
So it's supposed to be ending next month soon. Now, all I know is I used to keep track, and I do keep track, but then I tend to forget the specific dates only because Mercury retrograde only comes 3 to 4 times a year. So it comes every year, but it changes.
Right.
So a lot of times I forget the dates, right? And then I'm just like, or it's not really a thing in my head.
Yeah.
I have it written down for me to check, but sometimes I'm just like, okay, the energy's changed. What's going on? And Mercury energy comes, and it does. It causes so much. Yeah. It stirs a lot of stuff up. Yeah. So that's one of the ways you can get through it, like how Asha and I said, to start focusing more on your spiritual practice. Yeah. And then kind of stepping back to relax a little bit. Yeah. So that's awesome. So take those 2 steps. Meditate more, spiritual practice, and kind of just reflect on things. So Asha's going to go ahead and do a little card shuffling for us. This is our reading for the week, and this is taken from Archangel Raphael's healing deck. So we know anything that Asha pulls is guided towards healing first, and depending on what subject.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Interesting. This is acceptance. Dear God and Archangel Raphael, please help me accept that everything is going in the right direction. Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I'll put the card somewhere in here somewhere, but in case you want to just look at it here, So what is it? What comes to you when you have this card?
During this time, Acceptance. You know, that's something a lot of people have a hard time working on within themselves. I know I do, especially during this time.
Oh yeah.
Because thoughts and words can be all over the place. You kind of have to really make sure you ground yourself so that you can tell the difference between what is yours, what is not, and accepting. Like just accepting, okay, maybe that is my energy that's feeling this, or maybe it's not. You know, accepting the fact that it could be coming from somewhere else. So yeah, for me, acceptance is always questioning, not questioning in that sense, but just, you know, just making sure I'm good. Within myself, accepting all that I am, all that I can be, and not what outside voices are telling me.
I like that. And to go along with that, especially since we're in Mercury Retrograde, like so many things happen during Mercury Retrograde, and we have the choice to react a certain way. And so by accepting the way things are, not necessarily saying I deserve it, or I approve of this. It's just that it happened. So what am I going to choose? I'm going to choose to kind of wallow in it, or I'm going to choose to arise from it and accept that and just make it a positive note. So that's one thing about this week. So during this week, rise to the occasion, accept whatever comes, and react accordingly. So that's this week's reading. So
don't react at all.
Or don't react at all. Don't react at all. Don't react at all.
Don't react at all. Just be in acceptance of that.
So thank you for joining us on this Moon Day Monday. If you have any thoughts on subjects that you would like to hear, go ahead and comment in the comment section below. And we will see you on the next Moon Day Monday. All right, ahoy ho!
Aloha!